If axing players, breaking their knees, or head shooting them doesn't make you a dirty player, then nothing else can. The following NHL stars were the worst of the worst when it came to anger management or self-control. They've ended some players' careers and hospitalized others. These are the dirtiest players in NHL history. Number 7. Raffi Torres. Raffi Torres embodied the archetype of a hard-nosed, no-nonsense player who could bring a physical edge to his team. His aggressive style of play was something appreciated by teammates and fans alike, as he was willing to throw his body around and engage in the gritty aspects of the game. However, Torres unfortunately developed a notorious reputation as a ruthless and violent player, with a track record that included several suspensions for dangerous hits throughout his career. While his tenacity was an asset for his team, his on-ice behavior often crossed the line, leading to disciplinary actions and a perception of him as a player with little regard for the safety of his opponents. One of the most infamous incidents in Torres' career was the hit on Marian Hossa during the 2012 playoffs, while he was playing for the Phoenix Coyotes.
Raffi Torres, right at the last moment, there it is. It looks like maybe his shoulder catches him in the jaw.
The hit, which resulted in a 25-game suspension, was widely criticized for its severity and the potential danger it posed to Hossa. Number 6. Matt Cooke. Matt Cooke, throughout his NHL career, earned a reputation as one of the league's most controversial and physically aggressive players. His style of play often crossed the line between competitiveness and outright dirtiness, with numerous incidents that raised concerns about player safety. Notably, Cooke was involved in devastating headshots, including the infamous hit on Marc Savard in 2010, which resulted in a severe concussion for the Boston Bruins forward.
Tonight, here's the hit. Oh, right side of your screen, there's the release by Savard, and then the left shoulder.
The incident sparked debates about the need for stricter enforcement of rules to protect players from dangerous hits, particularly those targeting the head. Cooke's history of questionable plays extended to knee-on-knee hits, with his most recent infraction injuring Tyson Barrie. Despite periods of attempting to clean up his play, Cooke's on-ice actions reinforced the perception that he was a player who struggled to shed his reputation for delivering dangerous hits and cheap shots. Number 5. Todd Bertuzzi. Todd Bertuzzi's inclusion on this list stems from one of the most infamous and regrettable incidents in NHL history: the sucker punch he delivered to Steve Moore in 2004. While Bertuzzi hadn't always been regarded as a dirty player, this incident marred his reputation significantly. The punch, motivated by a perceived need for retribution against Moore for a hit on Vancouver's Marcus Naslund, resulted in severe consequences.
After Steve Moore grabs his shoulder, having a little chat with him, grabs his sweater, gives him a whack, and piling on in that rainy collision, and everybody's into it. Now we get a line brawl.
The league suspended Bertuzzi indefinitely, and criminal charges were later brought against him. Although he received a conditional discharge, the incident left a stain on his career. Bertuzzi's actions went beyond the bounds of acceptable on-ice behavior, as the sucker punch tragically ended Steve Moore's hockey career. Despite any justifications offered for the hit, the lasting impact on Moore's livelihood was undeniable. After the suspension, Bertuzzi's career took on a different trajectory, as he became somewhat of a journeyman, playing for various teams, including Vancouver, Detroit, Calgary, Florida, and Anaheim. While he adjusted his playing style, reducing his penalty minutes and physicality, the incident remains a dark chapter in the history of the sport, serving as a poignant reminder of the potential consequences of crossing the line in professional hockey. Number 4. Ulf Samuelson. Ulf Samuelson, indeed, carved out a reputation as one of the NHL's most notorious players during his era, known for his aggressive style of play that often skirted the boundaries of fair competition. His penchant for hitting opponents near the knees, a particularly vulnerable area for players, fueled the perception that he engaged in dirty play. Samuelson's willingness to agitate opponents without dropping the gloves when challenged added another layer to his controversial on-ice persona, deviating from the traditional enforcer code prevalent in the NHL during that time. The apex of Samuelson's notoriety came during the 1991 playoffs, when he delivered a knee-on-knee hit to Boston's Cam Neely. The impact of that hit proved devastating, sidelining Neely for the remainder of the series between the Penguins and Bruins.
There have been a penalty on the play. You check this out.
Now watch old Samuelson's knee right there, knee to knee.
Tragically, Neely never fully recovered from the injury, developing a degenerative knee condition that ultimately forced him into premature retirement from professional hockey. This incident further solidified Samuelson's reputation as a player whose on-ice actions had lasting and damaging consequences for his opponents. Before getting to the top 3, now would be a great time to leave a like and subscribe to catch our latest content. Number 3. Claude Lemieux. Claude Lemieux carved out a notorious yet successful career in the NHL as a relentless pest and agitator. While his tenacity endeared him to fans of the teams he played for, it also sparked animosity among opponents. One of the most infamous incidents in Lemieux's career was a hard hit from behind on Detroit's Chris Draper during the 1996 Western Conference Finals.
The blue line, so they have to scamper back onside, and a penalty is going to be called, and it's going to be Lemieux again, I think.
The result was a bitter and enduring rivalry between the Colorado Avalanche, Lemieux's team at the time, and the Detroit Red Wings. The hit left Draper with severe facial injuries, symbolizing the fine line Lemieux often treads between tough and dirty play. For fans, Lemieux's impact was clear. If he played for your team, you likely relished his on-ice antics, but if he played against your team, he became a player you loved to hate. Claude Lemieux's legacy serves as a testament to the divisive nature of agitators in hockey. While he achieved success with his unique style, his controversial plays left an indelible mark on the sport, igniting passionate emotions from both supporters and detractors. The enduring rivalry sparked by incidents like the hit on Chris Draper showcases the profound impact individual players can have on the narratives and dynamics of the NHL. Number 2. Dale Hunter. Dale Hunter built a formidable NHL career as a tough and often contentious player, walking the fine line between being an annoyance and crossing into dirty play. Hailing from Petrolia, Ontario, Hunter earned the admiration of teammates for his tenacity, but his style garnered disdain from opposing fans and players alike. His willingness to push the boundaries is underscored by his career total of 3,563 penalty minutes, ranking him second all-time behind only Tiger Williams. However, Hunter's most infamous moment occurred during the 1993 playoffs in a decisive game against the New York Islanders. After Pierre Turgeon scored a crucial goal, Hunter delivered a hard check almost 5 seconds later, resulting in Turgeon separating his shoulder.
That was just a dirty play by Hunter, who was frustrated.
Cheap shot.
This cheap shot not only marred Hunter's reputation, but also led to a suspension of 21 games, earning him a place in the NHL's unofficial Hall of Shame. The incident became a stark example of the consequences of crossing the line in a sport known for its physicality, and it left a lasting impact on how Hunter is remembered in the hockey community. Number 1. Gary Suter. Gary Suter was a talented defenseman in the NHL, primarily known for his time with the Calgary Flames and later with the Chicago Blackhawks. While he had a successful career, there were instances that stained his reputation. During the 1988-89 season when Suter played for the Calgary Flames, he slashed Andrei Lomakin.
The high stick by Lomakin. And Suter retaliates with a vicious slash.
The two-handed baseball swing resulted in a gruesome injury, shattering Lomakin's nose. This incident showcased a darker side of Suter's play, and such actions drew criticism for their unnecessary violence. Another significant event involving Gary Suter was a dirty cross-check on Wayne Gretzky during the 1991 Canada Cup.
Against Gretzky going to the corner. Gretzky turning on the goal. Oh, the crunching check by Gary Suter.
The cross-check injured Gretzky's back, causing considerable pain and temporarily sidelining the legendary player. While Gretzky didn't retire immediately after this incident, it did contribute to the wear and tear on his body as he neared the end of his illustrious career. These incidents, particularly the slash on Lomakin and the cross-check on Gretzky, undoubtedly left a mark on Gary Suter's legacy. While opinions on the dirtiest players may vary, these actions contributed to a perception of Suter as a player who sometimes crossed the line between physical play and outright dangerous behavior on the ice. If you've enjoyed this video, click the video on the screen to watch part 1, but before doing so, leave a like, subscribe, and comment with what you think was the worst on-purpose injury in NHL.